Hello, in this video, we are continuing our discussion of how to manage money better by using lessons from the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and this is video number 31. Join me. Hello, welcome to Take a Step to a Better You. On this channel, I share what I know and continue to learn. If you are new, my videos are about YouTube tips, business tips, earning money online tips. That's through affiliate marketing. And then I record motivational ones to ask you to take a step to make your life better. And then recently I added reviewing books. We are on Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and this is video number 31. So if that sounds like interesting, we're busy. Please consider subscribing and click on the red button, and also click on the bell so you get notified when I have a new video. My schedule, I share my schedule and a little bit more details on how you get this book at the end of this lesson. For those of you who have been coming back, thank you, appreciate you very much. We're continuing our lessons of learning how to manage money. This is video number 31. And I'm hoping you already subscribed. Please, all of you, please always leave a comment. Even when you come as a premiere on my premiere videos, please remember to add a comment before you leave. Appreciate it very much, because the goal of premiering is to have action on a video. So leaving a comment helps it, liking it, and all that. Today's video number 31. And the lesson is lesson number 4. The book has 6 lessons. We are continuing with video lesson number 4, and lesson number 4 is the history of taxes and the power of corporations. The recent videos were all about that, and today we are finishing it. In this video, we are finishing that lesson. Then we'll start in video number 32. I'll start a new lesson, which will be actually I'll tell you the rich invent money. Let me mention it. The rich invent money. I was intending to say it at the end. The rich invent money will be the next lesson. Today, let's first finish lesson number 4. But before I continue, I always like to say who Robert is. Just in case you are hearing the name Robert Kiyosaki for the first time, he's a self-made millionaire, an entrepreneur, educator, investor, with a mission to elevate the financial well-being of humanity, starting with one life and one person at a time. When you see me reading, I got this information from the book earlier. He named the book Rich Dad Poor Dad because he had a poor dad. He calls him a poor dad, but actually this was a very intelligent man, very educated, PhD with a PhD, and very smart, had scholarships in school, finished a 4-year college in 2 years, and was a superintendent of education. But what was unique about his story is that he died broke. And he calls him the poor dad. The rich dad is the dad to his friend Mike, his childhood friend. And that's where all these lessons are coming from, because he's a unique man. He left school when he was just 13. I always say, please don't leave school at 13. Continue and finish. He had a unique story. He left school at 13, 8th grade, and ended up to be one of the wealthiest men in Hawaii. That's where Robert learned his lessons. He's sharing them in this book, and we are learning also. We're continuing the education. Okay, we ended video 30 when Robert was still working for Xerox, but he had started his own corporation dealing with real estate. He was making real good money. So now in 31, we're just continuing. But remember, we are finishing this lesson of the history of taxes and the power of corporation. So I'm about to read, and I'm going to cover the end session, which has a few questions for you and some terms. So we're finishing all that, and it's not too long. Okay. He says, that's Robert writing, without financial knowledge, which I call financial intelligence or financial IQ, my road to financial independence would have been much more difficult. And now teach others in the hope that I may share my knowledge with them. Yes, sir, you are sharing and it's helping. Thank you very much. I remind people that financial IQ is made up of knowledge from 4 broad areas. So he's naming the 4 broad areas we need to be concerned about. Number 1, accounting. Accounting is financial literacy, or the ability to read numbers. This is a vital skill if you want to build an empire. The more money you are responsible for, the more accuracy is required, or the house comes tumbling down. This is the left brain side, or the details. Financial literacy is the ability to read and understand financial statements, which allows you to identify the strengths and weaknesses of any business. Area number 2 is investing. Investing is the science of money making, money. This involves strategies and formulas that use the creative right brain side. Investing is the science of money. This involves strategies and formulas that use the creative right brain side. Accounting uses the left, investing uses the right side of the brain. Number 3, number 3 we have to know about is understand the markets. Understanding markets is the science of supply and demand. You need to know the technical aspects of the market, which are emotion driven, in addition to the fundamental economic aspects of an investment. Does an investment make sense, or does it not make sense based on current market conditions? Area number 4, the law. A corporation wrapped around the technical skills of accounting, investing, and markets can contribute to explosive growth. A person who understands the tax advantages and protections provided by a corporation can get rich so much faster than someone who is an employee or a small business sole proprietor. It's like the difference between someone walking and someone flying. The difference is profound when it comes to long-term wealth. Now he's sharing the tax advantages of owning a corporation. A corporation can do many things that an employee cannot, like pay expenses before paying taxes. That is a whole area of expertise that is very exciting. Employees earn and get taxed, and they try to live on what's left. A corporation earns, spends everything it can, and then is taxed on anything that's left. It's one of the biggest legal tax loopholes that the rich use. They are easy to set up and are not expensive if you own investments that are producing good cash flow. For example, by owning your own corporation, your vacation can be board meetings in Hawaii, car payments, insurance, repairs, and health club memberships are company expenses. Most restaurant meals are partial expenses, and so on, but it's done legally with pre-tax dollars. The next point that connects with the corporation is the protection from lawsuits. We live in a litigious society. Everybody wants a piece of your action. The rich hide much of their wealth using vehicles such as corporations and trusts to protect their assets from creditors. When someone sues a wealthy individual, they often met with layers of legal protections and often find that the wealthy person actually owns nothing. They control everything but own nothing. The poor and middle class try to own everything and lose it to the government or to the fellow citizens who like to sue the rich. They learned it from the Robin Hood theory, the Robin Hood story. Take from the rich and give to the poor. It is not the purpose of this book to go into the specifics of owning a corporation, but I will say that if you own any kind of legitimate assets, I would consider finding out more about the benefits and protections offered by a corporation as soon as possible. There are many books written on the subject that will detail benefits and even walk you through the steps necessary to set up a corporation. I'm skipping a little bit there. I read through and I don't think it adds too much. Okay, now he's talking about the summary. He has a summary here that says, it's not the other summary that's coming next. This is the summary of just what he just said. He said, he's giving you the comparison between a business owner with a corporation and the employee who works for a corporation. The owner of the corporation and the employee who works for the corporation. What they both earn money, and then the business owner is allowed to spend like the expenses, but the employee pays taxes. And then let me go one by one. The business owner earns money, spends what he has to spend, and then pays taxes. But the employee earns money, pays taxes, and then spends, which means what happens, the employee pays more taxes because they pay immediately the income, while the business owner pays on what's left. After they've spent all the expenses, then they pay the taxes. That's why sometimes they end up not paying any. That's the end of lesson 4, chapter 4. At least the lesson part of it, we're going to do the study session. We call it's the study session, and have a few questions for you and a few definitions. The chapter topic was the history of taxes and the power of corporations. We just finished. And now we are going to, he called this study session, and then he puts a summary. He goes through lists the summary of the whole chapter, and then later he's asking you these questions. Question number 1. How many are there? Let me see. There are 6 questions. Question number 1. Do you agree with the Rich Daddy's assessment of Robin Hood that he was a crook? Why or why not? Number 2. Have taxes created a bigger problem with government spending? Number 3. Do you think members of the middle class and the poor realize the burden of taxes has fallen to them? That the burden of taxes has fallen onto them? What effects of that do you see? That the burden of taxes has fallen to them? What effects of that do you see? Number 4. Do your beliefs fall more under the banner of capitalism or socialism? I'd love to know. Are you socialist or capitalist? And what are the benefits and downfalls of each way of thinking? Number 5. Are the rich right to use the advantages of corporations to avoid paying taxes? Do you think more people could follow suit if they understood the system better? Number 6. What are the specific ways that you yourself could benefit from using a corporation for your assets? Now it has some terms, defining terms. There are 4 terms to define, and then that will be the end. 1031 is a jargon for section 1031 of the Internal Revenue Code, which allows the seller to delay paying taxes on a piece of land, on a piece of real estate that is sold for a capital gain through an exchange for a more expensive piece of real estate. He talked about that earlier. What's a corporation? A corporation is a legal document that creates a legal body without a soul. It's not a building, a factory, or a group of people. Using it, the wealth of the rich is protected. Financial IQ. What's the definition? Financial intelligence that comes as a result of financial education. People with the high financial IQ learn to use other people's money to become rich. What is financial literacy? The ability to read and understand financial statements, which allows you to identify the strengths and weaknesses of any business. I guess you have to know the difference between those two, financial literacy and financial IQ. IQ is another level. That anyone could read the statement. If you have some basic accounting knowledge, you can read, be financially literate. Okay, that's the end of lesson number 4, and including all the summaries. Summaries came in terms of questions and also the definitions. The next lesson will be lesson number 5, the rich invent money. That will be my video number 32. But for those of you who are new, I always end by telling you by sharing my schedule here, which is every day at 11 a.m. USA Eastern Time, every day. Every day is books Right now we are dealing with Rich Dad Poor Dad, but soon we'll start another one. I'll give you some choices you choose after I finish this. And that's at 11 a.m. They come as premieres. Please click on the bell and on the bell to subscribe, the red button. No. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. Please click on the subscribe button first, which is the red button. Then click on the bell on the right when it comes up and select all so that you get notified when I have a new video. I also have a premiere. They all come as premieres every day. But then on Friday, I do a live at the same time. So we skip the books and I come live. Please come join me. Then on Thursdays, that one is limited. I don't even share it much because it's for YouTubers and those involved in business. So I record videos about YouTube tips, business tips. They come on Thursdays and they come 30 minutes later after the books, which is 11:30 a.m. US Eastern Time. And I do the same on Sunday. And I record motivational kind, personal development kind of videos. And those are intended to be for everyone. So please, we're busy. And the goal is to ask you to take a step to make your life better. Please support this message by subscribing, by leaving a comment, by sharing, by liking. So please like this video. Share it. Let's create this community of empowered people. People who know. People who are in charge of their life. Don't you want to be in charge of your own life? I think that would be great. I have a link. I pin it. I have 2 links in a pinned comment. I put a comment on top of all comments and have 2 links. One link gives you takes you to all the videos I finished from number 1 to 30. And then the second link takes you to Amazon Audible. But it goes through my website, honestsoul.com. And I'm an associate of Amazon.com. So this will take you to the Audible site, and you see it says podcast and Audible. You'll be able to register and get this book to listen audio for free for 30 days. Make sure you're signing up for Audible Premium Plus. They'll give you 1 credit, which is good for 1 month. And then if you want to continue, it costs about $14, I think $14.95 to continue. But there is a cheaper one, which it doesn't have this book though. It's called the Audible Plus. That's cost you will still get a free month, but when you finish, you have to pay $7.95. They have even podcasts. I think you find it interesting. Check it out. The link is in the description also, but I also put it in the comment. And for those of you who want to go to all the videos I finished, even at the end of this video, there'll be an end screen. You click on that, or in the pinned comment, or in the description, or in a playlist lesson by Robert Kiyosaki. Please remember to like the video. Liking it helps. And also leave me a comment, please. I spent all this time with you. You don't want to tell me how you feel about this. Anything is okay. Except if you use bad language, then YouTube will block it. But otherwise, I'll be able to read it, and I always respond to the comments. Like I always end them. Take very good care of yourself. Take very good care of your family. Take very good care of your health. Take a step better you. Bye-bye.